So now that you have it popped up, you want to push down pretty hard on each of the red sides. There. And then make sure your brake is locked before putting your kids in. My driveway is slightly downhill, so you always want to make sure that the lock is on. And then you just pull the shades up. You want to make sure that they're clicked on the side. There's actually this little black piece that kind of slides up and down too. So you want to make sure that that is clicked all the way down. Both sides. Same on that side. And there you have it. And on the back here, you can see they've got some like venting for letting some air in case it's getting too warm or you just want to peek in on them. And you can actually just zip these right up as well if you need to. So that's pretty convenient. And then on this one, we actually got the accessory here. So this actually comes right off, and if you were to just normally get this, you would have these little compartments back here, and actually they don't hold too much. You know, I've got the instructions back here, so about hand deep is as far as that goes. So I mean, if you were just to put a couple snacks in there, maybe, and your cell phone, and maybe your wallet, you could probably do that. But it's pretty convenient. You can keep a couple things back there. And then they do have some baskets down here, but they're pretty flimsy. So you really don't want to put anything more than maybe like a stuffed animal or something, because you can see how they sink pretty good, just me pressing even slightly. So it's not really going to carry much. It's not like you're going to be able to put your purse or diaper bag in there. You might be able to throw some diapers in there. So we opted to get this, which McClaren makes as an accessory, to give you some more, oops, sorry about that, to give you some more space. So I like this because you can put some drinks in there. You obviously don't want to put anything hot since it's right by the sunshade here. But you could put your cell phone in there, you could put some snacks and some goodies, and this thing just hooks right on there. And then I really like these. These are little compartments that you can put your cell phone, and you could reach in right there. It's not even a whole hand deep, but you could just, anything you would need quick access to. And then they actually also have these longer compartments. You can see it's vented, so you can see, you know, my hand in there, and it's almost at an arm's length, or up to my elbow. So the forearm. So you could, you know, put some goodies in here, some diapers and some wipes and some snacks and maybe some books or something. So I like that, but that is an extra. And then we opted to actually get these, which are actually made by OXO, which are kind of like this one is as a purse holder. So you can, you know, add your purse, your diaper bag, but you don't want anything too heavy, because as though this is pretty steady, if you had something too heavy though, it could possibly pull your stroller back. So that's probably something you want to avoid. Now what I like about this, so this OXO comes with a 2-pack, and this one where I'm actually using as a toddler holder. So my older child is 4 years old, along with these two twins. So she can actually just hold on to the side, keeps her close, keeps her from wandering off. She feels like she, you know, is helping. So that's nice. And you can move this around. You can actually move the length of it too if you need to. So I actually really like that. It's a nice addition. And then We also have one on this side, if you can see it. And I can't remember if this one actually came with the stroller or not, so I'll have to just double check on that. It's looped around on this side. Somehow I feel like maybe it came with a McClaren, I'm not sure. But anyway, the one thing I really, really like about this stroller is that the shades are adjustable. So you can vent it out and move the shade down lower if you need to. I don't know if you can see that. I'll show you from the front what the difference is there. So you can see that on the right hand side, that is with the shade unvented, so it doesn't go down as low. And then on the left side is the vented shade. And so that one goes down lower. Let's say, you know, the sun was more directly in their face, you could lower it. So some of the other things that I like is the fact that there is the self-locking mechanism. So it comes with this, which a lot of umbrella strollers don't have. McClaren is known to really make their umbrella strollers stand out. So when you close it up, this part actually just kind of, it falls right back onto this metal part and just instantly locks, which is nice. The other thing I like is, let me see if I can take this side off, is that if you can see from the back here, there's actually a way to adjust the sitting position. So right now they're sitting pretty high so they can look out. But let's say your baby fell asleep, you can actually, you know, press this button and pull this down. I haven't used it that much, so mine's not that easy. And then you can pull it down more, and they can lay down, and you can cover them back up with the shade. And that's a nice reclined position. So let me show you that from the front so you can see. So that's very much reclined compared to that side. It's pretty straight up, which is nice for an umbrella stroller. So I really like those two aspects of this umbrella stroller. Now what I don't love so much is that the buckle, if I can show you the buckle without losing traction here, it's not exactly the easiest to put on, especially a toddler that maybe is a squirmy wormy, because each of the parts need to click together. So if you can see, so there's this part, which actually clicks in like this. And that section slides in to this one. So they slide in like that, okay? So that's just one side of the 4-part harness. And then that all snaps into this bottom buckle here, okay? So let's see if I can do this with one hand. So I just snapped that in, as you can hear it. Okay, so I've got the one section, and then you got to do the same with the other section. The kicker is that when you try to get this open, which I understand McClaren's reason for it, but you have to press both the front and the back button at the same time. And I got to tell you, that alone is a great safety mechanism so that your child can't get out. But an adult has a tough time actually pressing these two at the same time, because you have to press really, really hard. You can see that. I just pressed my fingers in pretty hard, and you're touching each side. And when you have two of these on there, I did it the other day, and actually I popped my nail, the edge of my nail completely off. Just breaking the nail, because the impact is so great on your fingers. So I don't love that. I do understand the safety of it, and I like the thought of it, but I think that the actual lock itself is too tough. So I don't love that. The other thing that I think could use a little bit of revamping or redesign is the fact that once you get this broken down, and let's say it is gonna sit in your car, because to be quite honest with you, I have a couple of strollers, and this is gonna be used mostly for my quick wanting to get in and out of the car really quick, popping it out. I mean, that's the whole plus of having an umbrella stroller, is just the quickness of it, is the fact that once you have it down, I'll show you, but once you have it down, it is really tough to, let me see how I did this again. All right. Once you have it down, and let's say in your car, it like rolls around. There's no lock on any of the wheels to keep it not moving. And so I would like some sort of almost being able to keep it like upright. Because in my car, we have an SUV, but I have 4 kids in it. So it's tough for me to get all 4 kids in the car along with a stroller that won't sit upright, because it has to then lean against something, and it's leaning against either a kid's car seat or in the back really awkwardly. So I would love something that would actually sit up, and if the wheels, let's say, had a mechanism on them, I know that they have a lock, but the lock doesn't really work when the wheels are all closed together. It'd be great if it had almost like something you could press down and make it like almost like footing, so that it would sit straight up, because the wheels still sort of move even when they're locked. And I'll show you in just a second. I'm actually going to take a second video showing you what I'm talking about, especially in my car. So that I wish was different. I also think it's kind of difficult to close up. I like to do everything. I usually only have one extra hand. I usually have them holding a child as I'm trying to do this. Twin thing is pretty difficult. So I usually try to get them in the car first, but let's say I'm trying to, pop it down really quick while holding one. It's pretty difficult. So that I don't love. But overall, I think it's pretty decent for the price. I think it's okay. I would like to see a little bit more innovation, but McClaren does a pretty good job, and hopefully this will last up to my troublesome duo. So I will let you know. I will do another review on it a little bit later once we've really broken it in. So thanks for tuning in, and check out my other videos.